Hello, my name is Dorothy McFadden. I'm one of the registered dietitians who works at the St. Luke's Weight Management Center. Today we're going to be talking about the Mediterranean diet and how it helps lead to longevity. All right, well, when you consider the Mediterranean diet, it's more than just a diet, it's a whole entire lifestyle. And part of that lifestyle includes daily physical activity. So in areas that follow the Mediterranean lifestyle or Mediterranean diet, they generally do things as families. They include their children, and they're always physically active, whether they're tending a garden or walking to the grocery store, or just taking time to walk together or hike together. They're always doing something on a daily basis. They also make time for their family members. And people with strong family interactions are less likely to suffer from depression. So you get that really nice support network. So they do prioritize family time. They also take time to reduce their stress levels, whether you use exercise to reduce stress, whether you use meditation, whether you use deep breathing. They have some type of tools in place to help with stress reduction. And the other commonality with this type of lifestyle is that people will have 1 glass of red wine or purple grape juice per day, which is also a health benefit that we'll talk about a little later. So family meals. Family meals are important because you eat together, and it promotes healthier diets for children because you sit down together, you make a healthy meal. Reduce odds of being overweight, reduce tobacco use, alcohol use, drug use, and it's also associated with higher school grades. In families whose children eat together in a family setting, they tend to have higher school grades and reduce incidence of alcohol, drug use, tobacco use, and reduce incidence of being overweight. Family mealtimes promote healthy eating and discussion, so you eat slower, you talk about your food, you enjoy your food. Also, if you don't have family members nearby, eating with friends also increases longevity by 22%. If you are in a situation where you have to eat alone, be mindful, eat slowly, enjoy your food, pay attention to what you're eating, pay attention to when you feel satisfied. So what are the dietary components of the Mediterranean diet? Well, you want to use fresh, in-season fruits and vegetables. Use your local farmers markets. We're very fortunate living here in the Lehigh Valley. There's many farmers markets available. There's a farmers market in Allentown. Rodell Organic Farm sells fresh organic produce at the Y in Allentown and at a local church in Allentown. We've got a farmers market in Bethlehem, in Easton, in Emmaus. There's some local farms that you can go to and purchase directly from them. So we're very fortunate that we have access to a lot of those things. You want to use whole grains in everyday recipes. You want to use monounsaturated fats, and they come from olive oil, nuts, fish, and avocados. Use probiotic-rich foods like yogurt and low-fat cheeses, and you want to use lean sources of protein. And you want your protein to be more like a garnish instead of an actual entree. Seafood should be twice a week or more. Red meat is limited to only 3 to 5 times per month, so maybe about once or twice a week. You also should add a meatless protein meal a couple times a week using lentils and beans. A popular way to express it is meatless Mondays. I know in California there was a lot of restaurants that were promoting meatless Mondays, and so entrees that were made without animal protein were being used. And you use fresh herbs and spices for flavor, which is easy if you grow your own herbs and spices, but many of our local supermarkets and farmers markets sell fresh herbs and spices, so the flavor is better. Functional foods. You get a lot of benefits from fresh fruits and vegetables. You get lutein from green vegetables, and it contributes to healthy vision and decreased incidence of macular degeneration. Lactobacillus, which is a probiotic that's found in yogurt and improves your overall GI health. Eating 5 fruits and vegetables per day decreases your risk of stroke by 25%. It also reduces your caloric intake. Red wine It contains flavonoid phenolics, which protect against heart disease by increasing your high-density lipoprotein or HDL cholesterol. HDL cholesterol is what people call the good cholesterol, which is a benefit, and preventing blood clotting. Omega-3 fatty acids from your fatty fish, such as salmon, tuna, and also your fish and marine oils, reduces the risk of heart disease and improves mental functions. So you get a lot of these wonderful nutrients when you eat the Mediterranean diet. Flavorings. You want to use some of the common herbs. Basil is found in a lot of the Mediterranean recipes. Bay leaf, cilantro, marjoram, mint, oregano, parsley, rosemary, sage, and thyme. Some common spices: allspice, black pepper, cayenne, cinnamon, cloves, coriander, cumin, dried ginger, paprika, sumac, and za'atar. Garlic, it reduces heart disease risk. Olive oil, you want to have the extra virgin olive oil, and that's the main source of fat in the Mediterranean diet. Your extra virgin olive oil is from the first press, so it's more potent in these polyphenols and antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids that, again, are beneficial for prevention of heart disease. So what are your daily food goals with the Mediterranean diet? You want to have 4 to 5 servings of fruit and vegetables per day. You want to have 3 to 5 servings of whole grains, 4 to 6 servings of healthy fat, meaning your monounsaturated fats, your polyunsaturated fats. You want to avoid those saturated fats that are solid at room temperature or found in animal proteins. 1 5-ounce glass for women or 2 5-ounce glasses for men of red wine per day. And I just want to clarify, you cannot save up your glasses of wine and do 7 glasses of wine over the course of the weekend. This is something you do on a daily basis. You also want to look at the size of your wine glass. Many of your wine glasses hold 10 ounces of wine, so you want to make sure you measure out the actual portion. And you can substitute red or purple grape juice to get that benefit. Weekly food goals. You want 3 or more servings of seafood per week. Again, it's lower in fat. It has more of the omega-3 fatty acids in it, which is healthy fatty acids. You want to have 7 servings of non-fat or low-fat dairy products a week. So you're going to get your probiotics. You're going to get a source of protein from that. You're going to get calcium. 3 to 5 servings of eggs each week, which is equal to 6 to 10 eggs, because a serving of egg is 2 eggs. And just recently, research has come out that you don't need to limit your egg yolks unless you have current heart disease and are diabetic. Otherwise, you are able to have egg yolks, which also give you omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin A, and vitamin D. You should have 2 to 5 servings of poultry per week and 0 to 1 serving of red meat per week, or 3 to 5 per month. So you really want to decrease the red meat because that's where that saturated fat is from. So how do you get started? Well, the best way to get started is to make up a shopping list and look at different recipes. So let's say you decide you're going to go to your local farmer's market or you're going to purchase organic at your supermarket. So you want to load up on your produce. Seafood, if you can, go to a local seafood shop or your supermarket fish counter, and you want to go with some of those omega-3 containing fishes like salmon and tuna and mackerel. Cod haddock is also a low-fat fish, relatively mild in flavor, and of course your shellfish. If you're going to have meat, you want to go with your grass-fed meats, which are higher in your omega-3 fatty acids. Dairy, you want to go with low-fat or fat-free cheeses. Greek yogurt, low-fat or fat-free milk. You want to avoid butter. Instead, use extra virgin olive oil because, again, you're substituting a unsaturated fat for saturated fat. Unsalted and unsweetened nuts, which again have monounsaturated fats in them and omega-3 fatty acids. Walnuts, almonds, or cashews are good sources of those fats. Include seeds such as sunflower seeds, flaxseed, chia seeds, all good sources of healthy fats. Brown or black rice, bulgur, barley, farro, couscous, polenta, whole wheat pita. Again, you want to choose healthy grains that give you a good source of fiber. Beans, good source of protein and fiber. Garbanzo, hummus, black, lentil, and cannelli beans. Have them in the house. Okay, so these are kinds of things that you should put on your shopping list. So examples of breakfast with the Mediterranean diet. You can have a whole grain cereal with non-fat milk and fresh fruit. Really easy, nothing complicated. You can do scrambled eggs with vegetables and add some whole grain toast. Again, you're going to get some protein, you're going to get your vegetables in there. Veggie frittata with fresh fruit. Greek yogurt parfait, that's always fun to put together. Your yogurt with a little bit of nuts, a little bit of berries, or a breakfast quiche. All those things follow the guidelines of the Mediterranean diet. Some examples for lunch. You can do chicken, shrimp, or tuna salad. Again, you're getting a low-fat protein source there. You can do a vegetarian lunch, like a 4-bean salad. Hummus and fresh vegetables is really easy, simple lunch to have that you can pack. Dolmades, stuffed grape leaves, that's a good example of something to have for lunch. Lamb gyros or gyros. Falafel, lean protein vegetables, and whole wheat pita. So if you do lean protein, pair in some vegetables, put it in a whole wheat pita, that's a nice easy lunch to have. Doing some lean proteins again, like some poultry, or even just using beans in there, or a couscous salad. And couscous you can make it either as a sweet or a not sweet salad. If you make a couscous salad that's sweet, you would add in some fruit or craisins and nuts. And again, you're going to get some protein there and healthy omega-3 fatty acids. Some examples for dinner: kebabs, and you can use that with seafood or lean meats, or just make a vegetarian kebab. You just put them on the stick with some seasoning. Eggplant casserole, that's a very good vegetarian dish that also has protein in it. Lamb chops, lamb is a leaner protein. Roasted chicken, spicy seafood dishes, and then again, you want to include some meatless options during the week, like a vegetarian option. Veggie quinoa. Quinoa has about 6 grams of protein per half cup. Quinoa is a seed, a grain from Bolivia. You can combine beans and pasta. Again, you're going to get some protein from that, and it's low in fat. Some common what we call Mediterranean diet swaps. Instead of mayo, you can use hummus or avocado, because you're going to be using those omega-3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fatty acids. Butter, you want to substitute that with olive oil. Instead of doing meat in your pasta, add beans or vegetables with your pasta. Instead of a bagel, which would be all carbohydrate, include oatmeal, which has some protein and also some fiber with berries. Instead of a dessert item that's with processed foods, you could do something like a baked pear and yogurt sauce, using more of your fruits for dessert. So all in all, there are a lot of health benefits to incorporating the Mediterranean lifestyle. Longevity. What we find with the Mediterranean diet is it can add 6 years to your life. It can improve brain function because of the decrease in saturated fat. Decreased risk of certain cancers, lower risk of heart disease and high blood pressure, decreased risk of type 2 diabetes, decreased depression incidence, improvement in rheumatoid arthritis because that's an anti-inflammatory disease, improved eye health, reduced risk of dental disease, and reduced asthma have all been different health benefits that are associated with the Mediterranean lifestyle. I've also included a resource slide here on the Mediterranean Diet Cookbook, a Mediterranean cookbook with 150 healthy Mediterranean diet recipes. It's a very good resource. You can get that through Amazon. The Idiot's Guide to the Mediterranean Diet Cookbook is also a really good cookbook for Mediterranean diets, and it's written by Denise Hazheim, who also has a website that has a lot of great information on it and recipes, ddmed.com. Very helpful website for looking up different ideas. Old Ways is a nonprofit organization that promotes the Mediterranean lifestyle. A lot of great resources on that website. Health Through Heritage website, oldwayspt.org. Okay. And Secrets of a Long Life, the Blue Zones. That was part of a National Geographic documentary where they looked at people who lived in certain, what they call blue zones. They were individuals that had longevity and lived to be close to 100 or even over 100. And what were some of the commonalities with those different groups of people? And overall, they had certain commonalities such as including family, being active on a daily basis, reducing stress, eating the Mediterranean way, so they had all those commonalities that they were able to associate with longevity. I hope you found this podcast helpful. Thank you for joining me today.